Hey, welcome back. We've got some exciting stuff here. The new Demko shark cubs have been fun to check out the last day. So I've spent a day carrying and using these after the unboxing, and just wanted to share some of the things that I noticed. The first one is that these do not have liners on the aluminum, and this guy is coming right out of the pocket here. On the G10, they do only right here, like very minimal liners in this area, right? This is actually slab G10 here for most of the handle, which is quite different than the 80-20.5. Where's my 80-20.5? I had it here a second ago. So these have full liners. You can see this one's a little dirty from being in the pocket and stuff, so sorry for that, but full liners all the way to the end. So that's pretty different on the G10 and Shark Cub versus the G10 and Grivery 80-20.5. And it does give it a bit more of a premium feel to it. Now, again, I called this out in the first unboxing, they're very small knives. And the Shark Lock is much thinner, so I do notice a bit more of what some people call shark finger, which I've never noticed in the past. Where using the Shark Lock kind of bothers the finger a little bit. I got that for the first time last night, tinkering out with these quite a bit. And that was kind of interesting to finally get that feeling that people complain about. Where you really don't get that's on like the big boy. Well, that's an 80-20S actually. The 80-20, it's so thick, it's a really nice landing pad for the finger, so you really don't feel it there. But this has a pretty strong spring in it for being such a small knife, and so the spring isn't much lighter than it is on the bigger knives. And so you've got a smaller contact point that forces a little more pressure into the finger, and that may not be for everyone. Now, everyone's not always fidgeting. This is definitely what I would not get this for, would be like a real fidget knife. Like, that's not what this thing is great for. It has some of that element, but it's really designed, in my opinion, to be a phenomenal carry knife, and that's what I've been doing with it. At 2.75 ounces, carrying these around has been quite nice. Now remember, these don't have a ton of cutting edge and stuff. This is really like more of a replacement for like a bug out or a mini bug out. And let's do some quick measurements here. So cutting edge on the Slicer Shark here, 2.5 inches of cutting edge. Same over here on the clip point, just a little over 2 inches. The blade length, 2 3/4. 2 3/4. Overall length here, only 6.875 and 6.875, right? So these are actually probably shorter than this full-size bug out. I think it's 7-inch, right? This is 7.5. And the mini bug out, this will look a little easier to see here, is 6.5 inches. So this is a little smaller. This is a little bigger, like in terms of overall length. The handle sizes are quite similar, but this has a longer blade. That's really the difference. Handle size on the bug out's pretty similar here. And the bug out, you know, because of the way it's designed, actually has quite a bit of handle space. The mini does not. It's very minimal. This is a really good in-between on those two. And you have a little forward choil so you can choke up if you want to. I really like the size on this. You have to get used to how thin it is. It does feel very thin in the hand, and that took me a little adjusting. Like at first, I was like, oh, I don't feel like it's quite as premium feeling. But as I've gotten acclimated to it, it's starting to feel more premium to me. And maybe it's as it's breaking in and stuff and the action gets better, I'm starting to resonate with it more. At first, I was like, oh, this feels like at $200, I wasn't so sure. Now I'm starting to get it. Now, I do think that Demko would benefit from a less premium version, whether it's Grivery or whatever, and maybe going back to AUS 10A or even a lower premium steel. I think that would be really nice as an option for this, just given what it is, that it's thinner, it's a less premium feeling knife. And, you know, go back to the little pivot or whatever you got to do to bring the price down. If they could make one of these for $99, I think that would be really compelling. Now you're giving something like a bug out a real run for its money, because, you know, this version here is like 200, that guy's like 153, you're talking 160 something for a full-size bug out normally. So I think that would be a really interesting option for Demko, would be to create a $99 version of the Shark Cup. And I imagine they already may be thinking about that, but, you know, these versions that are coming out right now are very premium. Talking about premium handle materials. I think the titanium one's going to be $250, if I recall correctly. Might be more, so don't quote me on it. But a less premium blade steel, less premium handle material, I think could be really interesting for this model for the masses. I think the majority of people would probably gravitate towards that version more than this version. Someone like myself, I'm going to go for this version because I just like the premium materials, the premium, you know, Demko pivot and everything. I'm going to go this direction to have a 20 CV blade that I know is not going to wear out as fast on the edge and stuff. But not everyone wants to spend $200 on this very minimal, thin knife. And so from my perspective, that would be a very interesting option for Demko to offer. What else? What else did I notice? Those are my notes. I think those are the main things that I wanted to cover on this sort of 24 hours with the Shark Cub video. Overall, very excited about it, and I'm going to continue to carry it and see what I think. I haven't carried this one yet. I'm very interested in actually doing it to see how this handle material holds up, because it's a really nice matte finished aluminum. I just kind of like this blade shape a little more, so I've been carrying this guy. I also just kind of feel like this feels like something I can knock around a little more without, you know, the G10's so resilient. It doesn't look bad when you scratch it or drop it or whatever. You know, the aluminum, the titanium, you always have to baby them a little more, but I think for most people at a $200 price point, the aluminum's a really good option too. So anyways, these will be out tomorrow, November 15th, on multiple different websites. Knife Center has the exclusive on the titanium. I think Blade HQ has the exclusive. If I recall correctly, is it Blade HQ or DLT? Sorry. I think it's Blade HQ has the exclusive on the Ultim version, which will be super light, like 2.4, 2.5 ounces. And then these versions will be available on the website. You'll see the link in this description of this video to the Demko website, and a few other vendors will have those as well. So that's all for now. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks, and take care.